We don't know a millionth of 1% about anything. There's a story behind that. This is your daily message from Chad, number 960, to upgrade your mental game today by telling yourself a better story. Because the most important story you hear is the story you tell yourself. If you've not followed or subscribed yet, please do. This message is dedicated to Filippo Biondi. Here's the upgrade. You assume human knowledge has almost figured everything out, but upgraded thinking realizes we've only scratched the surface. Here's the story. Thomas Edison was the Elon Musk of his day. He was interviewed for the April 1931 issue of Golden Book magazine and said, quote, "We don't know a millionth of 1% about anything," end quote. Charles Kettering, who was a friend of Edison and fellow inventor, gave an analogy about humanity's grasp of knowledge being like two people walking from New York to San Francisco, noting they've barely begun their journey. In the scheme of things, we know very little. Scientists categorize matter into ordinary and dark matter. Ordinary matter is all the stuff we can see, whether with the human eye or instruments we've created. This accounts for only about 5% of things. Our standard model of cosmology is mainly invisible and unknown. What are the invisible components made of? We don't know. Dark matter doesn't emit, absorb, or reflect light. That's why it's called dark. So we can't see it directly with telescopes. We know it exists because of its gravitational effects on visible matter and light. It's been described as kind of an invisible scaffolding. We know it's there, but have no idea what it is. This blows my mind because from my perspective, scientists have figured out a lot of stuff. The amount of human knowledge seems incalculable. The fact that we can only vaguely name 95% of what's out there but can't explain it is frightening and exciting and humbling. The frontier of the unknown dwarfs what we think we know, and this should make us more curious and ambitious. Nature should humble us, but also spark an aggressiveness to learn more. Filippo Biondi is an Italian engineer. As part of government research in 2019, using satellite sonar, he stumbled upon what he believes are a network of uniform columns under the pyramids in Egypt. If the findings of his scans are true, this would be the biggest archaeological discovery ever. This would change everything understood about the technology of ancient civilizations. It's crazy to think something like this was just discovered. The better story to tell yourself is, I have only begun to learn anything. Check out message number 599 titled Chips and message number 919 titled Frames, where we talk about how our preconceived notions should be challenged. You individually have a limited perspective and knowledge base, and humanity collectively hasn't figured everything out. That should inspire and humble you simultaneously. You can continue to learn and grow until your final breath here on earth. And my guess is you will pick up where you left off in the hereafter. Tell me a story of the limits of learning to fromchadsmith@gmail.com. It really helps others find these messages when you comment, like, subscribe, or follow. Send someone a text and ask them, what have you learned recently that surprised you? You can download my book, The Most Powerful Story in the World, by going to fromchad.gumroad.com. The transcript of this message and hundreds of others are always available at www.fromchad.com.